Welcome in everybody to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, presented by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo basketball program, Matt Loddick, as we look back at this past week. Let's start with Wednesday night against Bradley, kind of a two-part question about that game. One, what was it like to get the chance to recognize and honor the seniors on senior night? And then touch on a little bit the game against the team that eventually won the regular season title on Sunday.
Yeah, obviously we've got a special group of seniors. It really has been a pleasure to coach all of them. And, I mentioned it on senior night, right? Just like how college basketball's changed so much, right? You have two seniors, right, that are with you for 1 year in the program. You've got one that's with you for two. And then you got two that are with you for four. And so it is, it's just different, but it was really special. I really, really care about all those young men. And then you have guys that, Ben Crickey's already a top 10 scorer, in our storied history. And he's just done a lot. And, it's really nice to be able to celebrate him and just his success and individually as a player. So, and then, you asked about Bradley, not a surprise. I mean, I think that, Coach Wardle's done a good job. They've got a really veteran physical group, and it's going to take, they're probably the favorite going into the conference tournament. And, it wasn't a surprise that they won the regular season.
Let's talk about Sunday at Murray State, one of those close games that came down to the wire again. Take us through, from your perspective, the closing seconds of regulation and then the closing seconds of the overtime.
It's been kind of, I don't know if it's, a little bit of bad luck, execution, probably a little bit of combination of both. I mean, here's the thing: we've got to be confident because how close we've been all year, but then we've also got to, close games. And, that particular game, we got them to miss with about 15 seconds. We get that rebound, we win. Most likely win, right? We don't, it gets tipped out. We do run a guy off the line. He makes a big shot. And and then we have an opportunity in overtime. I thought our execution to start overtime was bad. I mean, it just was bad. But then we got it back, made some, Ibra obviously with a huge tip in to tie the game. And then, look, everyone's going to point to foul calls and things like that. You can't control that. You just got to make sure you don't put yourself in a position to have that happen. So, but again, I mean, we've played Murray and we get to play him again, but we've played him twice. We've gone to overtime twice. And so I'm sure it's going to be a close game in the tournament.
Yeah, I'll touch on that in a moment. But you talked about Ben Crickey earlier, but finishes the regular season as the Valley's leading scorer. You get a chance to see all the talent across the league and scout the players on the opposing teams. Just how special is that accomplishment in this league?
Well, I think it's real special. I mean, especially, he's, the focal night in and night out. And so, they got guys in his lap. I think, some of the changes that we've made have helped him. But again, I mean, he's got two or three guys really focused on him right when he catches the ball or even before he has it. So credit to him, credit to his work ethic, his talent, his demeanor. It's a special accomplishment. And hopefully we got a run here in the tournament.
You mentioned the opportunity to have another chance at the Racers on Thursday. What's that going to be like to turn around and play the same opponent back-to-back to open the conference tournament?
Yeah, it's, not have to work much on scouting report, I guess. For us, it's, at the tournament time, right, it's survive and advance. You got to do what you can to win a game. And so we got to work on, winning this next game, and then we'll focus on the next opponent. It's fun. It really is a fun time. It is fun to be in St. Louis. It's a really nice environment. They do a great job. It provides just a lot of energy and boost for our guys. And I know we're excited about it. So we got to regroup today, get some rest, get our game plan, in, we're driving down tomorrow and then we play Thursday night. And so again, we've been able to let it rip in the tournament before, and we're looking to do that again.
Yeah, let's dive more into that. What's your message to the team? You've been so close. How do you keep the spirits up, and how do you maybe put together one of those runs going into Thursday?
I don't think we'll have any problem with the spirits. I mean, I really don't. This group's been a joy to be around. They're fun. I mean, you're around them all the time. They really do like each other. They like playing with each other. It's a lot can change in college basketball quickly, right? And that's probably going to be the message, right? You can throw in a shot, maybe get a little bit lucky, play a little bit better than you have. And then you can get on one of those runs. And that's ultimately what we've got to do. I mean, we have, like, again, we talked about execution. We talked about, maybe a little bit of luck here and there. I mean, all of a sudden those things, let's say all 7 of those, games, if we're 0-7, but let's say all 7 of them go our way. I mean, we're looking at a completely different outlook on the year. And that, that's possible that it could have happened. So, again, we got to be confident going in. And then we got to play with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, fly around. I don't think these guys are ready to mail it in. I think they're excited to play and have some fun.
There is that coach of the Valpo basketball program, Matt Loddick, a 6 o'clock game against Murray State on Thursday night. Hope to see some Valpo fans out in St. Louis, or if not, you can catch the game on the NBC TV network, including NBC Sports Chicago. We'll talk to you again next time on Valpo Basketball Weekly. It's brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.